Hello and welcome to this taste challenge, not Dawn Busters, but a challenge. Okay, so it's mid-morning. This taste challenge is for brandy, and I did a solo review of Korbel. Well, I did Martell Cognac Brandy, VS, last year sometime. This is Korbel, California Champagne Cellars Brandy from Francis Korbel. Well, Francis Korbel is no longer alive, but he started they started making brandy in 1889, and they distill it in one location, and then they ship it up and they age it and bottle it in another location. It actually tells you that on the bottle. They don't try to like hide things. It's distilled in Giorgio, California, and blended and bottled by Francis Korbel and Brothers in Guerneville, California. Okay. If wine is the heart of the grape, brandy is the soul. Since 1889, our Sonoma County winery has been producing award-winning California brandy. You're probably familiar with the Korbel sparkling wines, champagne-style wines. Handcrafted in small batches at our artisan distillery using only the finest California grapes. Korbel is masterfully aged to perfection in premium oak barrels, fire-charred and mellowed to achieve a golden amber color, rich butter, Scotch aroma, and extra smooth taste. And they go on and on talking about the handcrafted quality and all that stuff. Korbel Brothers, California. Okay, you can take a tour of their Korbel mansion and all of that and their facilities. It's really fancy. They rent the place out for events, you know, that kind of thing. Same thing with Martell. Now, Martell goes back to 1715, the year that Louis XIV from the House of Bourbon died. Louis XIV Bourbon, a monarch that reigned 72 years with progressively less success, I might add. But this is VS Cognac, very smooth. VS would be the basic brandy, Cognac brandy, VS, and then your higher grade aged longer than about 2 or 3 years. VSOP aged about 4 to 6 years, and then you've got your XO and all. Appellation Cognac Contrôlé, Martell and Company, Cognac, France. Well, if you bought, now this is a liter bottle, all right, so it cost me $14.99. I was saying in the solo review $16.99, but then I remembered it was actually $14.99 for 1,000 milliliters, okay? Good price. This Cognac brandy, these are smaller bottles, but if you bought a liter of this, it'd be about $27 to $28 a bottle. So let's say about $27.50 per bottle. Got to pay the shipping, import fees, tariffs, and it's just a more expensive product. Martell, so one of the old cognac houses. And same thing, you can go to France, République Française, and take a tour of the Martell facilities and take samples and all that. Now, looking at the website, so let's go to Martell first. The VS single distillery. It's made at a single distillery, fine cognac. That's the updated label. They always have that bird on the labels, the swift, the bird. Smooth and fruity, the Martell VS single distillery cognac is great for cocktails. From a single distillation source for a richer cognac experience. Now, the interesting thing, they have a scale on their website for each of their brandies, each cognac brandy. So they're saying straight to mix. And it's like, you know, the hot, cold game you play as a child, and you're getting closer, they say hotter, hotter, colder, colder. So straight is cold. Mixed is very hot. So it's mostly a mixed product. You want to have mixed drinks with it. It's not really designed for what I'm doing. Fruity or spicy. Hot on the spicy side. No, actually, I'm sorry. It's more onto the fruity side, but just about 55-45. 60-40, let's say. Smoothness, boldness. About half and half. Midway smooth to bold. So a little rough. Bold is a better way of saying rough, but it's young, so there you go. And comparison, I don't know what let me click on this, compare. Oh, Martell Cognacs face off to help you find the perfect partner for your next occasions. Well, we're not going to worry about that. That's where you can construct different utilizations, and it'll tell you which one to pick. The color, rich, clear gold. The aroma, intense aromas of plum, apricot, and candied lemon. The luscious, fruity notes associated with Martell are taken to new heights with this supremely smooth blend. It says, Martell is the only great cognac house to double distill exclusively clear wines, from which all sediments have been removed in order to preserve the authentic fruity aromas of the grapes and reveal their incredible subtlety. These are hallmarks of the Martell style. Serving tips: a great cognac to enjoy in long drinks or cocktails. So there you go. Don't complain that it's sort of bland when they're telling you it's designed as a mix. So, we have to take that into account. And when they distill it, it's clear liquid, gets the color from the charred oak, and maybe add a color in, I don't know. Korbel, handcrafted in small batches, only the finest California grapes, aged to perfection in premium oak barrels, fire charred and milled. There's somewhere on here where they talk about the aging. I can't remember where. You can make an old fashioned, a sidecar, and a Manhattan with it, and so on. So, there's no use going too deep into this, because after all, you can look at this. I'll put the links. What is brandy? What is the difference between cognac and brandy? Well, let's click on that. All cognac is brandy, but not all brandy can be Korbel California brandy. Where cognac is traditionally spicier and a bit harsher, according to these people, Korbel brandy focuses on the fruit. Its California style gives it more freedom to be well-balanced and much, quote-unquote, smoother than cognac. All cognacs and armagnacs are, in fact, brandy. The difference being that cognac is a brandy that is produced only in the Cognac region of France, while armagnac is produced in the Armagnac region of Gascony. So there you go. It's all brandy. If it's Louisiana brandy, guess what? It's got to be from Louisiana. But then Louisiana has no brandy culture, so it's really not made here. All right. Are there brandies made in other states? Yes. But California is probably the most noted. But there are other states, New York, for instance, good example. All right. So which is going to be better? You would assume that the $27.50 liter bottle, if I convert it, would be better. But sometimes these things can be tricky. Now, what would I like to do with these? Well, actually, what I would like to do over the next 10 years or so is to go up the ladder. Go from Korbel, California, to the VSOP, the XO, on and on and on and up. Now, is it going to cost more? Yeah, it's going to cost more. Common sense. Martell, up the ladder. VSOP, XO. Now, obviously, there's only so high I can go. Some of these would be, oh yeah, I forgot it's got the foil cap. Some of these could be $1,000 a bottle for some of these Martells. I'm not going to go that high up the ladder. I'll stick with the $25 bottles and maybe even go into the $70, $80, $90 bottle. But $1,000, I don't know. It gets a little crazy. But that's how exquisite some of these companies can make their stuff. Make an approachable product that most people can afford, and then just keep climbing, keep climbing. Not going to pour too much. Oh, they're both brown, right? Brown liquor, and they're both brown. Tan, let's call it tan, right? Light brown tan. Mix them up. Color won't be an issue here. Martell. Got 3 hammers. Why do they have 3 hammers? I don't know. J. Martell, was it Jacques Martell or Jean Martell? Aged in fine-grained oak barrels, which has given it balance and elegance while preserving its great freshness. Can be enjoyed. Now here on the bottle it says it can be enjoyed neat or in cocktails. So they're not just on this bottle. They're not. I opened the new bottle. I should have opened the opened bottle. Well, that's all right. It won't matter. I got 2 bottles, you see. When one gets rolled off, oh well, just too busy talking. Didn't really mean to do that. All right. But like I said, it shouldn't matter. These things will last for years. Have I had Korbel VS? Yes, and I think it's a great cognac brandy. What about Hennessy VS? Yes, I think it's a great cognac brandy. Hennessy VSOP is even better. The VSOP privilege. The Hennessy Black, which is in a deep purple bottle. If you hold that bottle under light, it's not black, it's violet. But you got to hold it a certain way. Well, it's really fancy. That's a great one. The Hennessy Black. I would all of those I would recommend. Okay. I think the Christian Brothers brandies are nice. A little simpler, basic. E&J VS is a little basic, but they're all good. The Paul Masson, they're all good. All right, now when you get to the VSOP, you jump up, then you pay more, but you get more. And then when you get to the XO, like the E&J XO in the black bottle, the new really sharp-looking bottles they're coming out with right now. Hold on a second. Yes. Oh, good. Thank you. Great. Good. I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing that. I'm doing a video right now, actually, but that's all right. I'm glad you got them. All right. Bye. Somebody pick up some college baseball tickets from me. So he got there before they opened, but they let him have the tickets. I should have told. I don't know why he got there before 9. You know, these ticket offices not going to open before 9 a.m. But I should have told him. But anyway, but it didn't matter because they printed the tickets and gave it to him. So, all right. This is very spicy. You think, oh, I don't like spice brandies. Well, they're not spiced. You can get the Korbel XS, which I did a solo review of that, and then I did an examination with Tanya Mikowski of California. We really liked it. They add spices to it, but like a spice rum. But this one smells spicy, you know. It's making me think it's Korbel because I remembered that being kind of spicy, but then the Martell's spicy. This one is more vanilla. Okay, not spicy. It's more no, these don't smell alike. They're made with grapes, but forget it. They don't smell alike. This has more nougat, like in a Three Musketeers bar, and some wood, charred oak. I should have cut my phone off. But you hate to be rude to people. The char is not heavy. It's slight. You get a lot of good wood, oak. So my initial feeling is that that's the Korbel and that's the Martell. Not sure, but I think I'm on the right track. Now, which one would I buy? Well, of course, I'd rather pay $14.99 than $27.50. However, perhaps the Martell is a good $13 better. That's spicy. Whew. If you're used to whiskey, these are not going to smell or taste anything like whiskey. They have the same conceptuality. I always say brandy is like grape whiskey. Same idea, distilled. But no, that's grain. This is fruit. Oh, the wood. Okay, taste. You would really think that this was using spices like a nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice. You think it's got to have spice, got to have spice. And I don't know how they pull this off. There's no spices. There's not. It's just grapes distilled. Well, they take wine, grape wine. They take the wine and they distill it into the brandy. So they go from grapes to wine to brandy. Okay, well, strangest thing. Smooth. Would the VSOP be smoother? You would assume so. It's aged longer. Smooths it out. I like it a lot. I'm so glad I bought that bottle. I was thinking about it for years. Like, I got to get that Korbel. We don't get Korbel anywhere in this town. I had to go to Metairie. We don't get that. Martell, yeah, I can go right to Mathern's. There's Martell. I noticed Walmart's carrying Ciroc brandy now. You know, Ciroc VS. You know, they make the vodka, a lot of vodka, but I said Ciroc brandy. French brandy. I might have to check that out. It's $34 a bottle, though. Hey, but you want to play, you got to pay, right? You say, well, I want to eat Ruth's Chris steak, but I want to pay McDonald's prices. Well, sorry, you're not going to get that. This has a subtle spiciness, but it really isn't spicy. It's more creamy, vanilla, and almost like you say, wedding cake frosting. You say wedding cake frosting. Yeah, it does have that. Does French brandy taste a whole lot like California brandy? No. Honestly, it doesn't taste anything like it. Except that there is some cognitive relationship. You know what I mean? Like you can use your sense of smell, taste, the feeling in your mouth, and to make a cognitive connection that this is brandy. But it isn't too similar. You say, what about French whiskey in America? I don't know. I never had French whiskey. Is that produced? Yeah, it's produced. Is it popular? You hear about it a lot? I don't. They make German whiskey, but you know, try finding it. That's really subtle, but it's kind of bland. Like overall, you could see where they're going with that. Like, just mix it, and they give you good ideas for cocktails. So I think it would be, you know, exquisite for cocktails, highballs, and all sorts of things like that. So on its own, it's nice, but maybe you could see that it's not meant for neat so much. The Korbel, yeah, they're going to say mixed drink, mixed drink, mixed drink, but it can stand on its own a little better, neat. I think considering everything, price and enjoyment level, I think the Korbel is a little nicer. Using them as they're not designed to be used. You know what I'm saying? Having these neat, which they're not really made to be utilized that way, but having them neat, I think the Korbel's a little nicer. Now you say, no, $13 difference. Well, I'm sorry. No slight against France. Vive la France, right? But Vive la France. But we're going with America. America. Oh man. All right, so I'm going to say this is the Korbel. Could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. I guess I am wrong. Yeah. Well, I don't like the way that label looked, because that label is showing me that I got it wrong. That this is the one with the spicier, more pronounced, more intricate and elaborate flavor and aroma regimen. Oh, the Martell. Well, okay, you live and you learn. And if you come on live and you do these things, you just got to take it as it comes. But well, now my excuse. See when you get it wrong, you make excuses. My excuse is that I don't have a lot of experience with either one of these, and that's the truth. There is no doubt about that. But on the other hand, you don't get experience without getting experience, right? You gotta try it to get the experience. Jeep and Foodie. Hey, Caleb. Morning, Ron. I enjoy them both. Oh, you've had both. Okay. Let's see. A little bit more tasting over here. So the Korbel's the more subtle. We'll say subtle. We don't want to say bland. N-I. Okay. Hello, Stan. You met Tuzek. Nye to you. I think he meant to write hi, but you know how that goes. Let's try a little bit more. Oh, golly. No, I'm not going to go drink a bunch because I'm down in my the dumps. I don't. Oh, here comes DuPont. EI DuPont Demures with their Tuesday safety warning. No, don't get down if I get it wrong. I'm willing to take the risk online, live. What the heck? At least I'm fair about it. I'm not cheating. I have no reason to cheat. Yeah, okay. Okay, all right. All right. The Martell spicier and richer and all that. Okay. So now I kind of have my baseline in my mind. Would there be a chance that I could be at one of these various liquor stores and run across some oddball, inexpensive brandy? There's a chance. I mean, there's a very good chance I could do that, but is there a chance I could buy it? Yeah, assuming that they're true brandy, because some of these are like flim flam products. Like it'll say brandy with grain neutral spirits. No. I'm not playing that game. I'm not buying brandy fit with grain spirits filler. I mean, I'll do that with whiskey because that's grain on grain, no problem. But I'm not. I don't want to deal with that. But if I find a true brandy, 100% grapes, I'm going for it. But we're talking if it's $6, $7, $8 about a liter. But we'll see. My main game plan, though, is to do Korbel and Martell and just go up the ladder. Just keep climbing. You might say, well, couldn't you do that with Courvoisier or Hennessy? I could, and I would. I could and would. There's be no reason not to. It's just that I have the Martell on hand. You see what I'm saying? I got the Martell and I got the Korbel. So since I have these two, I may as well climb with those, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think Courvoisier, Hennessy, and Martell are all extremely high quality products. And Remy Martin, okay, all right, Remy Martin. They're all high quality, so it's not like you're going to lose or gain anything. They're comparably great. And Korbel is pretty dang good too. So I could do it, I could do some others. But since Korbel is sort of like one of the real solid California brandies, I think I'll be on the safe side going with them. And you could look at their website and see all the different expressions they've got. It's pretty amazing. So, and remember, yeah, I know what you're going to say, but what about those other ones that they don't list on the website that you stumble across? Right. I'm going to go with those too. I came in late. What was the price difference? I find Korbel is a better bargain. Oh, okay. I see. You meant to say hi, Stanley. Okay. I thought you meant to say it. Okay. Let's talk liter bottles, 1,000 milliliters. Because the Korbel was $14.99 for 1,000 milliliters, 1 liter. Not a bad price, isn't it? Is it? If we took these small bottles, relatively small bottles, and we converted them to 1,000 milliliters, then we're talking about $27.50 per 1,000 milliliters, $27.50 per liter. So $14.99, $27.50. So we're talking about $12.51 more per liter. Is it really that much better? I wouldn't necessarily say that. It is better. Now, there's no doubt. I mean, let's be frank. Korbel is it ain't no Martell Cognac. But now, if you really want to pay, is it really $12.51 better? That's questionable. So I would say at that point, when you reach that point, I would say purchase at your discretion, right? Like how you want to make your purchases, right? You might say that's a little dicey for me. $27.50 a liter is a little high for me. I have a job here and I got some notes to pay. I'm not really in a position to be laying that. Okay, fine. You're going to do fine with Korbel. You're not going to lose with Korbel. If you pay $14.99 a liter with Korbel, you're not losing. It's not even really a trade-off. It's just a really good product for that price. But it isn't. There's a little smokiness there. little, like infinitesimal. But yeah, it's something to see. Now, I am going in this week coming up, in this next week, planning to go to Savannah Discount. They're going to have the whole lineup. I mean, they're going to have everything Korbel, everything Martell. I doubt I'm going to buy either one because I got so much backstock right now. I've got this Jim Beam repeal batch bourbon I've got to work through. And that's going to take many days. Really good product. For $12.97 at Walmart, it's even better, right? Most places, $17.99, $15.99, $17.99. I've got the James Fox Canadian whiskey. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to go in order. The Kentucky Bow American blended whiskey. I don't know how it's going to taste. I don't know. I didn't pay the $6.49. So if it's bad, I doubt it's going to be bad, but very likely it's going to be ho-hum, dull, bland, boring, and marginally good. Well, you know, for that price, you can deal with it. The James Fox Canadian blended whiskey, very rare product. Seagram's introduced it in 1975. They thought it was going to be a big hit. It wasn't. 14 years later, they sold it off to Sazerac. They produce it. They don't promote it. It's on the shelf, maybe, maybe not. You know, I paid $8.99 a liter, so no big deal. Then I have to go with, well. When we get back to Scotch later this year, I'm smirking, you know, like, you know what we're going to bring in when we get back to Scotch. That's going to be a major event. Yeah, that's going to be big. Be one of the biggest landmarks on this channel. I mean, some viewers would say, give me a break. I'm a millionaire. I buy $3,000 bottles of Scotch, and I don't even care. Well, okay, that's good, but most people aren't doing that. So we got to take that into account. So that's going to be exciting. So we just keep going round and round. Then we'll bring in the brandy. Bring in the brandy from time to time, which is very exciting. So, oh yeah. All right. So big success, but a catastrophic within context, sort of a failure because I couldn't tell one from the other. But then, to be fair to myself, I don't want to be too hard on myself. I don't have a lot of experience, but now I know. So when I taste spicy, when I say spicy, I'm going to know, okay, Martell, spicy, not spiced, but spicy. When I taste like wedding cake frosting type thing, all right, that's the Korbel. Okay, so you can narrow it down and then you start getting it right. Now, Johnny Walker Red Label, nah, impossible. I cannot get that confused. It's so distinct, so unique. There would be no way you could confuse that with another Scotch unless you had zero experience and you were being totally sloppy with your challenges. It's not going to happen. So I've got about 5 or 6, I can't remember, 5 or 6 more taste challenges with Johnny Walker Red Label. No way I'm going to get them mixed up. Not going to happen. Isn't going to happen. It's just going to be a routine thing. Try this, boom. Try this, boom. Oh, I forgot about Highland Mist. So it could be 6. All right, but whatever the case, it isn't going to be a challenge. So if you want to save time, don't watch it. You know, it's just going to be a going through the motions sort of thing. But I mean, it's going to be exciting, but it's not going to be anything that you didn't know already. So, okay, that's it. Off the air, and in a couple of days, yeah, a couple of days we'll be back, and I will do. The plan is to do Johnny Walker Red Label. I mean, tomorrow night we're going to do Wild Card Wednesday, but it's not going to be Wild Card. It's going to be Carnival beers. I have the Abita Mardi Gras Bock. And the other guys are telling me, we can't get Carnival beers. Well, actually, there's an Oscar Blues Death by King Cake, which is nationally distributed. Oscar Blues Death by King Cake. So Eric Fromfelter, John Anile, Thrash Metal Homebrew, etc. Jesse at his channel. I can't think of his channel name right now. Jesse at the New Hampshire. They can get probably the Oscar Blues Death by King Cake, which is like like an ale that's made to taste like king cake. Okay. All right, so that's coming up tomorrow night. Thursday night might be Thunder and Thursday. So yeah, but the next challenge would be Thursday morning with the Johnny Walker Red Label versus Cuddy Sark. I think we already know who the winner is going to be. It's going to be Johnny Walker Red Label. I'll be able to tell them apart that fast. It won't be a challenge, but we're just going through it. All right, thanks for watching this video.